Hi guys! Welcome sa Sipmayan. In this video ay tutuloy natin yung series natin on calculus. No? And kung pinanood nyo yung previous video natin ay nireview natin yung mga different rules, no? O different formulas na ginagamit natin sa mga previous examples. No? So meron na tayong tatlo and kung napanood nyo yung previous video, we ended up asking the question that how do we get the derivative of expressions, no? With more than one term. So yung iba kasi, yung mga formulas kasi na to, pa isa-isang terms lang ang pwede nilang paggamitan. No? So to answer this question, we introduce the fourth formula. No? Tinatawag natin yan na sum rule. No? So pag meron tayong dalawang functions na f of x plus g of x, no? Na inad natin, and we want to get the derivative, then we just have to get the derivative of the first function and then follow the operation. So pag plus, syempre plus din tayo dito. And then get the derivative of the second function. So, of course, this extends kung marami tayong function. No? So pag maraming functions, susundin lang din natin. So pag minus dito, syempre minus din dito. No? And using Lagrange, this is Lagrange notation. No? If you want to use the notation of Leibniz na usually ginagamit natin dito sa discussion, if we have if you have two functions f of x plus g of x, no? Using Leibniz notation, if we want to get the derivative of the sum, then we just have to get the derivative of both functions, no? Individually. No? So the derivative of g of x. So, okay, so pag derivative of the sum, kunin mo yung derivative ng first function, and then you add the derivative of the second function. So again, kung minus ito, syempre minus din yung sign natin o yung ating operation. Okay? So, to illustrate these rules, no? This rule, isa lang pala, represented in two ways. We find the derivative of, how do we find the derivative of 5x cubed plus 3x squared? So derivative of 5x cubed plus 3x squared. So using this notation, ang gagawin natin, we get the derivative of the first function, 5x cubed, and then since plus dito, plus din tayo dito, and then we get the derivative of the second function, 3x squared. Okay. So, by the way, baka magtaka kayo bakit function. Usually, dinidenote yung mga expressions na yan, parang tinitreat natin sila as function because when we get the derivative, we want to find the slope, no, of the function. So, tinitreat natin actually sila as function, although na strictly speaking, they are just expressions in this case. No? So, anyway, balik tayo dun sa discussion. We have, we get the derivative of the two functions, and then by rule number 2, no? Yung pangalawang rule natin, then we can move the constant front, no? Up front, no? So magiging 5 derivative of x cubed, and then plus 3 derivative of x squared, no? And from here we have 5, ano ang derivative ng x cubed? 3x squared, di ba? By law number, wala siyang number, no? By bullet number 3, nxn minus 1, nx to the n minus 1, derivative of x sub n. So pag meron tayong x cubed, ang n natin dyan ay 3, so lalagay natin dito sa baba yung 3, and then babawasan natin yung n sa exponent ng isa. So 3x squared, no? And then we have plus 3. Ito, yung n natin ay 2, so ilalagay natin dito sa baba. And then we have x. And then yung 2, babawasan natin ng isa. So magiging 1 siya. So this is 15x squared plus 6 x to the first power, or simply 6x, no? Okay, so number 2, hindi naman kailangan ganito kadetalye, no? Kung hindi naman nire-require ng teachers nyo, pwede na kayong dumiretso dito, no? Hindi naman kailangan ganito. So, depende tanongin nyo yung teacher nyo kung gaano ba kadetalye. Siguro sa unang pagpapractice nyo ng derivative, gagawin nyo yung detalye para at least naintindihan yung ibig sabihin. Pero later on, you can do derivatives mentally. Actually, pwede nang dumiretso dito, no? Pag medyo sanay na kayo. Number 2 is the derivative of 9x to the 4th minus 10x cubed. Okay. So, gamitin naman natin yung notation naman ni Lagrange, no? This is Leibniz notation. So, ito, kukunin natin yung derivative nito, 9x to the 4th. No? We get the derivative. And then subtract, and then get the derivative of 10x cubed. Okay, so this is equal to, actually bihira itong ginagamit, no, yung notation na to, but siguro hindi ko na ito masyadong gagamitin. We have 9 times the derivative of x to the 4th, no? The derivative minus 10 times the derivative of x cubed. This is the constant multiple rule, no? Yung bullet number 2, no? And continuing, we have 9 times 4x cubed. The derivative of x to the 4th is 4. Lalagay natin dito sa baba. And then yung 4 dito minus 1, magiging x cubed siya. And then minus 10 times 3, tapos x. And then yung 3, babawasan natin ng isa. So magiging 2. So this becomes 36x cubed minus 30x squared. So minultiply natin yung mga numerical coefficients, saka yung mga constants. Okay, so number 3, we have the derivative of negative 40 cubed plus 5t squared minus 90. And of course, this is equal to, pag t yung variable na ginagamit natin, dapat yung nasa baba, t rin siya, no? Yung katabi ng b. So, in case nakalimutan nyo na, no? So, this is equal to the derivative of negative 40 cubed plus the derivative of 5t squared minus the derivative of 90. Okay? So, pwede na tayong mag-shortcut, no? Hindi na natin dadaanan yung anyway, daanan na rin natin para masanay kayo. Negative 4 times the derivative of t cubed plus 5 times the derivative of t squared minus 9 derivative of t. So this is equal to negative 4 times 3 t squared, no? Derivative ng t cubed is 3t squared. And then we have plus 5 times 2 t to the first power. So nilagay natin yung 2, binawasan natin ng isa. And then we have 9, the derivative of t, no? So t is t to the first power. So magiging 1 times t to the 0, di ba? And we know that t to the 0 is equal to 1. So this is equal to negative 12t squared plus 5 times 2 is 10t, and then minus 9. What is t to the 0? Any number or any expression raised to 0 is equal to 1. And then times 1 is 1. May times pala tayo dito, no? And then times 9 is 9. So 9 times 1 times 1 is 9. So ito yung derivative natin. No? Now, using these examples, masasagutan natin yung una nating tanong kanina. No? And pwede na nating sagutin ng shortcut. No? So this is equal to the derivative of x to the fourth is 4x cubed minus, may 5 tayo dito, times 3, no? Magiging 15x squared, and then plus, may 2 tayo dito, bababa natin, 2 times 2 magiging 4x. May 1 tayo dito, bababa natin, magiging 0, x to the 0 is 1, tapos may minus 1 tayo. And then the derivative of a constant is 0, so this is plus 0, or simply, pwede na natin mag-ilagay. So this is the derivative. Nasa ibaba, this expression is actually the derivative of this expression. Okay, so, or function, if you will. So yan yung rule natin, yung tatawag natin na sum or difference, sum and difference rule or sum or difference rule. Isa yan sa mga nadagdag dito sa ating mga rules. So medyo madami na tayong gagamitin. So in the next video ay pag-aaralan natin yung higher derivatives na bago tayo pumunta naman sa yung multiplication rule, no? And yung division, no? Quotient rule, no? Tsaka product rule pala, hindi multiplication rule. Quotient rule tsaka product rule, yun ang susunod natin pag-aaralan. But before that, aaralin muna natin yung, I think sa next video, aaralin muna natin yung notation for higher derivatives, no? Paano pag second derivative, paano ba kunin yung third derivative, at ano ba yung mga notation na ginagamit. Okay, so maraming salamat. Gusto ko i-invite sa ating YouTube channel, youtube.com/user/zip9ph, our Facebook page, facebook.com/zip9ph, and our website, zip9.com. Maraming salamat. See you in the next tutorial.